Guys, welcome back to Penn Sports. On this episode, we're talking about Wiles just blatantly telling Nick mid-sentence that Patrick Mahomes doesn't belong in the same sentence as Tom Brady. Let's take a look.
The answer for me, I will take. I will if I will say, you know what? Give me Patrick. I don't think that's a crazy take, but this is why I brought up the Brady thing.
We're not talking about Tom Brady, so it's tough. I don't think Mahomes is Tom Brady.
I feel like you are bending your own.
Yo, that's crazy. The way he just said it was so funny. It was almost comedic. Like, hey, like, it is what it is. Like, he's just not. They're not in the same sentence. Cut it out. And let's keep hearing. And then we'll do a deeper dive into both careers and whatnot.
Math on how you typically grade quarterbacks in saying Patrick was okay.
I think he's a very good quarterback. I don't think he is on Tom Brady's level. It's not. I'm actually saying like normal stuff in this segment. I don't know what's going on.
He's not on Tom Brady's level.
No, it's not a playoff game tomorrow. So the fact that he has already lost a handful of games to quarterbacks who aren't in his caliber, and he's on the road and has underachieved, and Dak is excellent at home. Was Josh Allen a big game? Josh Allen outplayed him. Jalen Hurts outplayed him at home with needing to avenge the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts outplayed him.
So what's your answer?
I think the Cowboys are going to win. Yes, I think Dak is going to out. Dak, who is playing super hot football. George Pickens, who's super hot at home, I think is going to beat Patrick Mahomes.
Okay. I don't care how good CD and George Pickens are.
He hasn't been off.
Well, he should care because they both went off. It was they were up 10 points with I believe about 5 minutes left. Chiefs scored with about 3 minutes left, and that was all she wrote. But let's talk about Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. Now, you should see a side by side somewhere up here on the screen. But so regular season head to head, Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is actually 3-1 in the regular season against Tom Brady. So he's beaten him out of 4 times. He's beaten him 3 times. That's pretty good. But when we get in the playoffs, Tom Brady's 2-0. So, if you really think about it, what does Nick always say about, what does he always say about Josh Allen? He always says, Josh Allen always beats Patrick when it matters the least. So in this scenario, Patrick Mahomes always beats Tom Brady when it matters the least. And mind you, these were like Brady's latter years, so definitely something to take in consideration. But in the first 8 years, Patrick Mahomes' numbers they're miles ahead of Tom Brady's numbers. So what I will say is this: Patrick Mahomes he's had the greatest career for any 8-year stretch player / that's a quarterback. But when we talk about him being in the same sentence as Tom Brady, we have to, if you want to go, here's the thing. In the 8 years he played, that's part of his prime. And in those 8 years, he lost to Tom Brady twice in the playoffs, once in the Super Bowl. So Tom Brady has 7 championships. Patrick Mahomes has 3. Okay. He's appeared in quite a few of them. My problem with that is, if we compare the first 8 years, obviously you'd give it to Patrick. But the problem is he lost to him twice in the playoffs. And this is an older Tom Brady. Yes, he had Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Gronk was a little bit older as well. But at the same time, Patrick had better weapons, I would say, because he had Travis Kelce in the midst of his prime, had Reek, Tyreek Hill, in the midst of his prime, had a pretty good running game. I'm pretty sure they had Kareem Hunt at that time, which was like a top 5 back for like a year or so. Um, but nonetheless, I think it just comes down to the fan, because numbers wise, definitely Patrick Mahomes has Tom Brady in the first couple of years, in the first 8 years or so. Um, but in you have to give Patrick some credit. But I think the thing that is concerning about Patrick Mahomes is that in the last 3 years, his numbers have been trending downward. So his his how do you call it? His QBR has been going. I mean, you can see it was in the hundreds. It was in the hundreds quite a few times. I think the lowest was like 98. I have to. I'll pull up the graphic here on the screen, and then the last 3 years he's like trending in the opposite direction. One last key thing about Tom Brady that I will point out is that when he didn't have elite wide receivers, he actually elevated his wide receivers, and I think that might be the thing that might not be so good about Patrick, is that he has Rasheed Rice, which is a first round, I believe is a second round pick. He has Marquise Brown, first round pick. He has still has Travis Kelce, Hall of Fame tight end. Juju Smith, I believe Schuster was a late first round pick for the Steelers. If not, he was a second round pick. Um, and these guys are just okay. We have to be honest. Um, so I don't think Patrick is the false multiplier that Tom Brady was. So that being said, guys, let me know what you think. Um, if you had to start a franchise, are you going Tom Brady or are you going Patrick Mahomes? Um, and then we also have to consider, coaching and things of that nature. Good defenses. Brady had really good defenses starting off, but Patrick Mahomes started off with elite weapons and a team that was 11-5, made the playoffs the previous 2 years. I mean, these things matter. So, and then Brady proved it without Andy Reid, without Belichick. So, and Andy Reid was the made man prior to Mahomes. I think Mahomes just bumped him to that next tier of all time great coaches. I think they complement each other. But tell me what you guys think. Now, for current events, just want to point out that for the last since the pandemic, I like going through current events because some sports fans don't know what's going on. So, for our home buyers out there, since the pandemic, home prices have increased by over 50%. So, if you're looking to buy a home and you're not aware of that stat, just be aware that most home prices right now are extremely overvalued. Even though the interest rates are a little bit lower, the principle of those loans, it just won't make sense. And once the market corrects itself, you might find yourself in a bad situation. So, guys, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Help me get to 100 followers. I would really appreciate that.